This is Paul. I have a few other ways to stimulate the economy, but a lot of people don't understand reverse amortization. What really happens is you start with a lump sum of money, right? And that money is projected to grow at, let's say, 7 to 10%. And through the process of spending down that money, yes, it's called reverse amortization. It's kind of like when you get a mortgage, right? And you make that monthly mortgage payments, and over 30 years, right, you pay all the interest up front and the principal is paid last. Yes, that's called amortization. They amortize the the interest of the loan so that your principal payment really doesn't affect your mortgage payment, the actual note itself. Now, these lending companies, they're somewhat smart. Yes, yes, yes. Let's say you got a 30-year mortgage at 5% a year. Yes. And you're making a mortgage payment of X number of dollars, $1,000 a month. For the first 20 years, all the money goes towards the interest owed on the amortization of the actual mortgage. The last 10 years, right, is actually when you pay off your principal. Pooch. Reverse amortization is the opposite of that effect. It's reverse of the amortization of a 30-year mortgage. Now, I like the number 20. Yes. So we'll just try to find a calculator and I'll show you how it works. A lot of people thought that when they were paying their monthly mortgage payment, yes, that they were paying an equal portion of the 5% interest and the principal payment every month. But they will be sad to know it's re- it really doesn't work that way. The mortgage interest that you deduct off your income taxes every year, yeah, it should be a decreasing amount the longer that you own the residence. More of it goes to principal, less of it goes to the payment of interest. That's why they call it amortization. Now, I know we could go through it. Excuse me, officer. You thought, well, it's what's the matter? Amortization, you pay the interest first, you pay the principal last. Yes, they amortize the. Oh, I'm wrong. What? Let's see. Maybe it's in the Black's Law Dictionary. Yes, amortization. Now, well, reverse amortization. Oh no, American Society of Writers on Legal Subjects. Oh, the American Society of Composers, Authors, and Publishers. Oh, why don't we get some legal subject for American Societies of Writers to write about? Why don't you get me all of those? The scribes of the Journal of Legal Writing, the first journal devoted exclusively to legal writing. Now, I just wanted to know every scribe, yes, that had said, well, this due process clause, yes, it's not enforceable. The equal protections clause is not enforceable. This whole idea that the laws of the United States do not have to be enforced because somebody decided that they were you're ruling and reigning throughout the United States of America because you're a foreign nation or kingdom that happen to think that you should take over the whole world. Now, I told you about the colonization of the world. Not a big fan of it. I thought everybody should have their own independent democracy without the influence of royal families making any decisions at all. And if the Queen of England dislikes my ideas, it's possible that you could lose your kingdom. I'd melt your crown. I'd turn it into some sort of jewelry for women that have very large breasts. And you could just sit there and stew. Now, calculators, right? Reverse amortization. Well, the Queen does not like it when I mention her jewelry, her crowns and scepters and censers and various other items that she's received over the years. Amorization. And I, well, I really am not very fond of you. Now, reverse mortgage calculator. Oh, top 10 reverse mortgage calculators? Yes. Negative is finance. Negative amortization occurs whenever the loan payment for any period is less than the interest charge. That's not what I'm looking for. Yes. Negative deferred interest. Oh, reverse loan calculator. Ooh, amortization calculator creates 9 different schedule styles. Now, let's say you have $1 billion. You're getting 10% a year on your investments, and within 20 years, you have to completely. Oh, have you been looking for an amortization to handle loan features that the web calculators cannot accommodate? No. Steps for a quick payment. Leave all inputs, amortizations. It's difficult to do this on a smartphone because see how it goes down the line right there? You're trying to read it. Calculate loan payment.